Have you made yourself comfortable? Yeah, me too. Leo almost. You don't mind if we keep the windows open, right? Oh, I know, the sound of rain is so refreshing and relaxing. I can't get enough of it. No, it's been like this for hours. Thank you for coming over to read the last part of the Horrorscopes book. I've got it right here. We've only got 3 signs left to read. We've got Sagittarius. Well, what comes after Sagittarius? Capricorn. And Aquarius. Yeah. My rising and moon signs are in there. Sagittarius and Aquarius. But first, tea. Yeah, I made some of my favorite. This is one that my girlfriend got me. And it's supposed to make you happy, and it really does. Can you smell it already? Yeah, the scent is so strong you can smell it from afar. Hold on a second. Can you smell that? It smells lovely, doesn't it? Ah. And that's yours. I'll put it down here for you. Are you comfortable, Master Leo? Oh, let me light some candles first as well, to perfect the cozy atmosphere. Yeah, the cat is not impressed. Privacy for us. Oh, it's so good, isn't it? This aroma of like vanilla. It is on a honey bush basis, and there's so many berries and spices in it, and like vanilla and I don't even know, but it's just a very beautiful blend. I really appreciate you coming over. Oh, you know how I love our reading sessions. We've learned so much about all the different signs. Yeah, I agree. Astrology can be kind of addictive. Oh, did you see something outside, baby? I think he's a little freaked out by the storm. Ah, but this cool breeze is so refreshing in this season. It's been so hot lately again, and this is what I love about being nocturnal. I get to be up when it's bearable outside. Okay, so we've had Virgo. We've had Libra, we've had Scorpio, there we go, Sagittarius. One of my best friends is a Sagittarius. It's also my rising sign. I have probably mentioned it often enough. It's a very Sagittarius trait of me. Sagittarius the Archer. Born November 23rd to December 21st. Mutable fire sign. Positive sign. Ruled by Jupiter. Do you want to cuddle? I promise I won't light any more candles. Aw, I know. Love you too. Love you too, baby. Oh, you're just the best cat ever. Do you want to cuddle before we begin? Come on. There will be no more match lighting, I promise. Come on. It's okay. It's okay. That's it. You're such a cute kitty. Oh, I love you so much. Make yourself comfortable. Yeah, it's fine. I love you. You're such a precious kid. You're a precious kid. No, don't sniff the candle. Please. No. He always does that. Sometimes I still have to babysit this cat. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. You can lie here. That's fine. Yeah, you're my precious kid. You're my precious kid. I love it when it rains. Okay. Do you want to begin reading Sagittarius? Oh. The jackal is strong in you, Sagittarius. The poster boy for the glass not only half full, but just the first of many tendency. Who could feel uncheered after a canter around a park, a few beers, and a night on the slots with you? Sure, you break a few hearts, laws, legs, and priceless Ming vases along the way, but what a Tigger class ride you are. You're the 9th sign of the zodiac. 9, magic number. War dudes. That's what you call a gang. You and Frodo and the rest of the guys sticking it to the eye, saving the world and stuff. Ruled by the unpredictable element of fire and the system's jolliest planet Jupiter, you are the life and soul of the zodiac party. Do you know any Sagittarius that you could compare this to? Do you say Sagittarius or Sagittarians? Not exactly sure. But who has not wilted within at the sight of a hellbent fun trooper coming our way at full gallop with a bucket of horse's neck, a fistful of Class A substances, and an endless fund of tactless one-liners, and insisting that we go play blind man space jump with them? red light signal go to you. You'll binge and bet on anything, and you justify it all by screaming YOLO at us as you skateboard nude the wrong way down the San Diego freeway, past the Trancum. Oh, I'll get a refill of my tea. Next part should be interesting. Sagittarius is the racing demon. You're a mutable fire sign. Mutable signs throb like racing cars on the grid, scattering restless energy that gleefully undoes everything fixed signs got together before grown-up cardinal signs come along to re-establish order. Fire's the element of action, positivity, desire, destruction, and burning things to the ground. Put them together, and what have you got? On a calm day, fearless, unquenchable curiosity that fires beams of illumination into the corners of the mind and leads to stuff like the invention of the light bulb, splitting of the atom, chaos theory, etc. When the wind howls, careless meddling sparks uncontrollable bushfires, inexplicable conflagrations, and blows the lid of Pandora's box. Do you move so fast that the air around you catches fire from sheer friction? Yeah, I do actually. Are you always the one caught with a smoking gun or a smouldering match, metaphorically or actually? Demon. I'm guessing you got into bad company in high school, accidentally fell into demontude while wire walking over the hell mouth for a deer, and never really grew out of it. As there's so much mayhem to cause and so little time, you don't waste any of it in elaborate costume changes, but go for racing demon, flickering on and off like wildfire, leaving nothing but a Scotch mark rainbow in the air. Scotch mark rainbows. I have a cat hair somewhere on my nose again. Everything is a cat when you have a cat. As you survey the damage, are you ambushed by remorse for what calamities you have unleashed? For about 0.005 of a nanosecond until you perk up, reflame, and point out that it was top-level demoning by you and no one died. When informed that yes, they did, you slow down to a canter out of respect, then point out that they had a great time and went out with a blast. Tact, not a concept in your quiver. Oh goodness, Leo. Why do you do this to my nose? This is the illustration for Sagittarius. I'm totally seeing it. Are you seeing it? So, how do you manifest? It's hard to tell. You don't look any different, just hotter, sweatier, and a little bit like Nicolas Cage in Ghost Rider. You don't actually get bigger, but the world shrinks around you as you fill all available space with heat and hooves, and short out the risk perception network in our brains. You never stand still long enough to be summoned, and just rock up at any devilish crossroads where there is a choice between being sensible, yawn, and doing something dumb that will lead to certain death to play devil's advocate. You're the demon who drives us to drink and got us the DUI. You're the demon who slaloms through our minds, whispering that we should man up and take Dead Man's Curve at 100 miles per hour, bet the college fund on a 3-legged horse, go for that eat a whole steer and get one free deal. Plus, you got arrows, so you don't even have to be on site to cause mayhem. You fire at random like a badass Cupid, and somewhere in another state there's a prison breakout and spontaneous nude flash mobbing. Seriously, the itching is terrible. The moon and rising signs again. Okay. This is the living with your monster part. What triggers your monster? You're the Zodiac's trigger-happy gunslinger and a demon without a cause. So the merest, hintiest hint of anything tedious can pluck your string. Being held up at a stoplight, a line for more than you at the checkout, big red buttons that say do not press, any motor vehicle left unattended, especially if it is a fire truck. If there is no obvious trigger, you'll create one. You are a 9th level Lord of Misrule, and you can kick butt when you want, and anyway Sagittarius rules the butt and thighs. How does your demon do in love? Technically, you're a demon lover, demonic frenzy, awesome stamina, but you can't keep a straight face or do the whole smoldering-eyed staring thing in silence. You're not the go-to sign for romance and commitment, so you're rarely around long enough to get demonic on anyone's ass. But you will go a bit cloven-hooved if there's any sign of A. nagging, B. mention of quality time together, just the two of you, or C. demanding to know your real name. You burst into flames, figuratively, although sometimes literally if it's a hot night, trample the nagger's heart a bit, set fire to the drapes, and gallop off into the black night. If you're a Sagittarius male, you're on the tour bus avoiding paternity suits. If you're a Sagittarius female, you're a runaway bride. You know who that sounds like? My girlfriend's alter ego. Yeah, her demonic side. Okay. What does your demon do at work? Disrupt and destabilize. If you're a cowpoke, Texas Ranger, or stunt artist, your demon may never come out, as any demon tube will be dissipated harmlessly on the wind. Statistically, you're more likely to be in an office, but you're not a natural inhabitant of the cubicle land. Merely being there gets you in full-on demon mode most of the time. Tethered to an office chair, you tap your hooves, constantly flaring off demonic energy before you start a round of trash can inferno, jam the elevators with the administrator's laptop, plop a brace of clownfish into the water cooler tank, cover yourself in post-its, and go to the production meeting as the office armadillo, set off the sprinkler system to get the afternoon off, and swap the lids off everyone's coffee. Hilaire. They fire you, but not before you quit. How can you tame your monster? What's that? You love your demon. It gives you an adrenaline edge. If you got it to lie in its basket, you would be dull, diminished, unbounced. If it were a condition of parole, you'd scour Wikipedia for a magic potion guaranteed either to work or kill you, 60-40 great odds. Or a sacred ritual involving dangling over a sulfur-filled abyss for 9 hours. Way more dangerous than just demoning. in the slammer, you could slot in some hours in the prison library, watch Buffy Returns, then when they let you out, you could be a competitive demon hunter. You won't feel like a traitor. You're a centaur, and no one knows what side they're on. And that's it for Sagittarius. What do you think? Parts of it do sound like me, but parts of it do sound like my girlfriend's altar. Then we are at Capricorn. I don't actually know any Capricorns in real life. Do you? Yeah. I know a few Capricorns that watch my videos. They're really cool people. Okay. Capricorn the goat, born December 22nd to January 20th, cardinal earth sign, negative sign, ruled by Saturn. Oh yeah, Saturn. How we love Saturn. It's not a barrel of laughs being the zodiac's designated adult, is it, Capricorn? But you shoulder the burden because you are hardy and hard-working. You have to be, being born at the bottom of the year when the only way is up. Life is a very serious business, as you remind us quite often. You are the ant sensei. We are but grasshoppers. You are the 10th sign of the zodiac. That's 10, the basis of counting and order in the Western world, ruled by Earth, the only element you can hold fast in a tight fist, and ruled by Saturn, the planet that was once known as the Great Limiter because it patrolled the known rim of the solar system. Limiting is your thing, no? Putting an end to unproductive fun, smothering any flickers of spontaneity before they actualize, elevating frugality to an art form. Putting the family on 2 meals a day, not because they are rotund, but because it brings your weekly grocery spend down to single figures. Turning the thermostat down a notch every day, switching off peripheral vision and focusing all thought and action on one thing, climbing the ladder. You're a parsimonious tightwad, from Dickens' lost short story of the same name. Surely you don't have the time or the mindset to develop an inner monster, but I see you've got 2 for the price of 1. Excellent value. Oh my god. I wonder what this is about. Every time I read about different zodiac signs, I kind of feel like I'm getting to know the people with these zodiac signs. Even though with astrology you have to take all the constellations into consideration, but still, it tells you a lot about a person, especially the dominant signs like the sun, moon, and rising sign. But I've already told you this. I'm pretty sure I have. How are you doing down here, Leo? Are you having fun making my nose itch like crazy? That's a yes. I love you too. Oh, will it ever stop? Okay, what kind of monster is the Capricorn? The Capricorn is Vlad the Impaler. You are a cardinal earth sign. Cardinal signs are the CEOs of zodiac holdings, establishing the ground rules. Earth is solid. In real estate and landlocked, small empire kind of way, it generates the courting of hard cash. When your economy is bullish, you are the realizer of dreams and the builder of castles on the ground rather than in the air. When it's tanking, its walls close in around you, and the earth that guarantees your immortality falls grain by grain through a sinkhole in the fabric of the universe, melting away like a busted Ponzi scheme. So, Earth, narrow focus, control, possession, ability to suck souls dry while leaving blood and bone intact, keen on impaling your workforce to their desks and burying them in paperwork, your monster is Scrooge. No, vampire. Although it hasn't been proved that Ebenezer was another thing I don't know. Ebenezer wasn't undead. As an assiduous social climber, you go to the top, man, Vlad the Impaler. What about your second monster? Well, that belongs to your goat. Your miserly miserab is so full screen that it's easy to miss those little goat's hooves twinkling under your pinstripes. Half banker, half goat, all Satyr. That's what lends your workaholic vampire its sexual bat squeak and lures people in. That's not stopping. After a hard day sucking the marrow out of other people's lives and not even using it, do you feel like you've been a shade too cruel? No. It's an effective management tool, and there are plenty of willing fools. You are, however, very ashamed of your goat, and deny absolutely everything when it gets out after you have been drinking with a client at their expense. Writs fly if anyone mentions that night you were out pole dancing with the demons covered in glitter honey in a Tokyo karaoke lounge. I would actually love to see that. So, how do you manifest? Constantly, so you would have us believe, to keep us on the outside edge of our comfort zone, even when you know the vampire is tucked up in its casket. When you're coming on the full blood, people can feel you 3 blocks away, just like Renfield's Dracula's wretch, who knew when the master was coming by the patterns the flies made. Life loses any gloss and we sag into make gloom like Marvin the paranoid android trapped in 13-episode Scandi Noir with a couple of dementors. Light dims, but that could be because you have fitted low wattage energy saving bulbs that only come on when everyone's left. And the air chills, but then you always turn the heating off. You look much the same, but your eyes go a bit oblong thanks to your goat for that, and then all we remember is glazing into unconsciousness as the will to live drains away. It's easier to spot when your goat is going Satyr as you kick up your heels bound onto your table, down a magnum of Franzia, and proposition the entire accounts department. This is the illustration for Capricorn. Blood will have blood. Okay then. Moon and rising. Now that should be interesting. What triggers your monster? Lights left on, disrespect for your status, excess fun, any fun, grasshoppers, see page 83, practical jokes, not being taken seriously, being denied your pound of flesh. Once triggered, your vampire is relentless. Anyone who gives you the runaround faces endless litigation and an almighty bill for compensation. You have all the time in eternity, remorseless stamina, thanks to Saturn, and a hotline to Hades via the goat, and we all know how hot the Prince of Darkness is on a contractual obligation. How does your vampire do in love? Love is wasteful and irrational. You're looking for a profitable merger of assets and property, cemented by a solid contract with cast iron clauses, so you shouldn't have to go back. But the vampire will come out and suck any romance from the scene when A. Other people are invited for an extravagant 2-course meal on your birthday. B. Lovers complain because you won't say the L word. C. They want to actually wear the platinum studs you invested in. D. They get promoted a rung higher than you. That you have any lovers at all is down to your goat, which lends an erotic allure to your immaculate portfolio. If you're a Capricorn male, women hope you might be Mr. Darcy. If you're a Capricorn female, you know that diamonds are a girl's best friend. What does your vampire do at work? Industrious goats do not stop nibbling and climbing all day, and neither do you. Work is your natural habitat, and it's where your vampire feels most at home, ensuring budgets are cut to the bone. Capricorn rules the bones. You suffer from chronic presenteeism. Never heard that word before. I believe that all work and no play makes Vlad a rich and respected pillar of undead society. The vampire rises when A. Somebody who isn't last night's cleaning crew running late gets in before you. B. Your name is not on the door, even though there isn't a door. C. It's dressed down Friday. D. The style and quality of your office chair does not match your rank and position. E. Your parking space is reallocated. Your satyr only shows up at office party season. How can you tame your monster? That box is already ticked. You've scrunched the numbers and know how effective your vampire is at controlling hearts and minds. It would be economic insanity not to keep it on the payroll. However, there have been too many workforce suicides lately. You have no legal responsibility. They read the contract. And you're getting damaging press which may impact on your upward mobility, so perhaps it would be politic to keep Vlad in his casket. Method 1. Download Ancestry app and distract your vampire by working out how Vlad is related to the crowned heads of Europe. Method 2. Invest in a sun lamp and make yourself sunbathe 3 times a day. That's fun. I feel like Capricorn is a sign that I know least about, so it's interesting learning about it. Because like I said, I've never known a Capricorn in real life. And now we've only got one sign left, which may or may not be the most interesting out of the bunch. At least they themselves think that they are. It's Aquarius. I'll get another refill. Are you comfortable down there? I've still got your cat here on my nose somewhere. But as long as you're happy, I'm happy. I love this cat. Okay. Aww. Are you doing okay? Right. Aquarius, the water carrier, born January 21st to February 19th, is a fixed air sign, a positive sign, and ruled by Uranus and Saturn a bit. But maybe a tiny bit. I told you. It's still on. itchy. Okay, you're willfully left field, obstinately wacky, and maybe your choice of legwear is a bit random. But your heart is in the right place, approximately, and while there are no whales to be saved, ecosystems to be defended, and human rights to be fought for, you're out there on Team Angel, although your mom might wish you called home a bit more often. How does it know that? My moon is an Aquarius, and I don't talk to my mother. But that's a different story. It involves narcissistic abuse. You're the 11th sign of the zodiac. 11 is a master number, thanks numerology, guys, marking you out as a seeker on another path. Cool, huh? Didn't you always know you were different? Yes, I did. It's a serious thing, actually. Ever since I was a child, I always knew that I was not like the other kids. Now, I always put it down to moving so early. We moved here when I was 3 years old. We moved countries, and I didn't speak the language, I didn't know anybody there, and everything was so different. So I thought that's why I felt so out of place, but the more time I spent here, the more out of place I feel generally on this earth. Ruled by the element air and Uranus, the system's most oddball planet, Saturn, your old ruler, just didn't get you. You're a free spirit. That's actually fun. That should be a clue, I suppose. You're already a spirit, but are you the good or bad kind? It's a smart move, means you can get away with being chilly, distant, disengaged, rude, obstinate, too cool for your own t-shirt, and always ready to experiment with other people's feelings, because you don't seem to have any of your own. That is also kind of true, but I always put that down to being an empath. God damn it. The trail of puzzlement and heartbreak you leave behind is written off as collateral damage, interesting but unimportant, and nothing to do with you. But maybe la condition humaine is an uncomfortable fit for you because you don't understand it. Maybe you ain't even from these parts, partner. Maybe you ain't from this galaxy. Where does it say you can't be an alien with an inner monster? Because we probably are. Aquarius, the ghost in the machine. You are a fixed air sign. Just because you're called the water carrier, everyone thinks that you're a water sign. That would be far too ordinary. The water that pours from your pitcher is a metaphor for free-flowing mental energy, alright? Fixed signs keep things in focus and do not let themselves be sidetracked by emotion. Laser lights, not disco ball. And air is the element of thought and intellect. When you're in good spirits, data, concepts, and intuition fuse together, and suddenly the elegant helical structure of DNA, say, reveals itself. When you're in bad spirits, knowledge goes dark side, and suddenly you're thinking that mutually assured destruction is a good thing. Oh my god. Chilliness. The 2-second delay in your response, as if you're beaming from another dimension. Oh my god, that is actually true. I have that. I have that 2-second delay in my response. I don't know why, but I've learned this since making videos, since watching my own videos. Whenever I don't just react to things like normal people, it's just like there's a little 2-second break and then I react. As if I always thought I'm processing, but this book is saying that I am beaming in from another dimension. Okay. Odd clothes that look like they could be from a different era, and probably are. Inability to physically engage. It all adds up to ghost. Oh my god, that's so me. You don't correct us. Our little Earth-centric brains could not take it. Back on your home planet, just off Tausita, you're an ordinary B-class CBIXYBLZVM, but here on Earth you're something special. No one knows what you really look like. A pillar of silicon, a cloud of methane, a small bipedal mushroom. Only Earthling cats see you for what you are. No one knows what you really look like. A pillar of silicon, a cloud of methane, a small bipedal mushroom. Only Earthling cats see you for what you are, and they won't tell us. This book knows that I'm a cat person. I'm a little freaked out. Alright then. It is not against the Federation's directive to interfere with other life forms by scaring them witless. Have you no concern for the butterfly effect? No, because 1. Guilt, remorse and shame are emotions to which you have no access. That's actually true. And 2, there are too few Aquarians on Earth to make any statistically meaningful impact. You're never going to get caught because your technology is way too advanced. Mulder and Scully came close, but that was years ago. That's the illustration for Aquarius. It says, I scare myself. It's kind of funny. Okay. So how do you manifest? Unnervingly, and never when expected. You look your usual, slightly off-beam self, maybe a bit more insubstantial, and it gets colder around you, but mostly it's a sensation of impossible movements just outside our peripheral vision. You seem to flicker on and off and appear suddenly in places where you couldn't possibly be. Ghost! Scream our collective goosebumps, rising to the occasion, as this is what ghosts do. Actually, it's because the transporter beam you use to project your hologramic avatar gets a little glitchy when the solar wind blows up, or you're pissed. That is also true. Oh my god, I have a video on that. On what happens to electricity around me when I get angry. Wow. Okay, this one is a little creepy. Well, it is 12 light years away, already 3 operating systems out of date, and needs a serious upgrade. What's really scary is the backlash we get when you're disrespected on your home planet. Someone's used your special salt, maybe, whatever, triggering your real inner monster, and you accidentally, on purpose, beam down a strobing image of a writhing tentacled thing with reversed out guts, 67 eyes, and parts of itself in the 8th dimension. This is what really gives us the heebie-jeebies, and you don't have to do anything. Those are the moon and rise sounds again. Here's the actual deal. What triggers your monster? It's hard to predict, that's the way you like it, as it could be something that happened on your home planet. Here on Earth you can come overall ghost, unnervingly silent, cold, standoffish, and that whole simultaneously impenetrable yet insubstantial thing when A. You're forced into one-on-one meeting, B. Interrupted in whatever you're doing for what someone else wants to do, and C. You feel like it. Kind of accurate. How does your ghost do in love? Love, whatever that is, only works for you if the other lives on another continent, is way out of your league in either direction, or related to your mortal enemy. Also true. Until this relationship, I've only had long distance relationships. Oh my god. So you only meet up every transit of Venus, and the likelihood of icky sticky togetherness is remote. You're just not that into them, or anybody. When you say you need space, you mean it, as you can't achieve liftoff and return to orbit in the confines of relationship. The ghost's mission is to freeze off any intimacy with surly looks, nil body contact, snarky one-line put-downs when threatened by, say, A date with just the two of you, B, your laptop switching off during sex, and C, a couple's massage. If you're an Aquarius male, women persist on trying to unfreeze your heart. If you're an Aquarius female, lovesick bards write sonnets about your faraway icy beauty, very tedious. What does your ghost do at work? You'll do anything: street sweeper, derivatives shark, test pilot, that doesn't involve hierarchies or professional caring, but your natural home is IT. As you're already an alien consciousness interfacing with an unfamiliar piece of carbon-based kit, it's only a quick click away from the resident ghost in the machinery that runs all workplaces. Your ghost doesn't need a trigger, it's constantly on shift, modeling what-if scenarios for research purposes. What if all the NASDAQ software went down simultaneously? Screens freeze, the system chokes on spam, the CEO is trapped in the safe by the automatic timing system going rogue. You can bring Megacorps to its corporate knees in a half day, and you don't even have to be there to do it. Absenteeism is one of your core skills. How can you tame your monster? Does not compute. What monster? Maybe Operation Human doesn't run as smoothly as projected, but that's what makes it exciting for a cosmic anthropologist like you. It isn't your fault that humans misread your avatar and their cultural mindsets cost you as a ghost. But it's true that many of your laboratory rats get injured during experiments, and you don't want damaged samples, so perhaps you should have a redesign. Try modifying the software, reconfigure the empathy drive, and upgrade the intimacy plugin, or at least try to improve the fuel flow. Aquarius rules the circulation in the heating unit. And I think the rest is just... yeah, we've already read Pisces. So, how did you like all the different signs? Which one is your favorite, though? I think I've already told you last time. Yeah, Libra will always be one of my favorites. Maybe because it is opposite of me. I also really like Pisces. I don't mind Aquarians, I really relate to them. I like Sagittarians. I like Aries, obviously. I mean, Geminis. Geminis are cool too. Do you want to borrow this book and read the rest of it at home? Yeah, it's fine. I'll leave it here for you. Aww, hello. Are you comfortable? Oh. Are you enjoying the sound of the rain around us? Yeah. This cool air is so nice. Time for another cuppa. Sorry, Leo. He went to eat something. He doesn't like water at all. Oh my god. Have you seen this cat video of cats swimming in bathtubs? It was so cute. And cats are supposed to hate water, but that just shows how all cats are different. Those cats were probably born under the sign of Aquarius. Do you want to get ready for bed soon? Yeah, it's probably a good idea. Oh, just imagine how nice it will be to sleep to this sound. I know, it always gives me such intense tingles listening to the rain. I know. Yeah, can't get enough of it. I should probably put out those candles. Okay, let's go to bed then and think of something fun to do tomorrow or the next few days. Yeah? Yeah. I missed chatting with somebody in bed. This is what I used to love about sleepovers as a child. I could just talk to people and we would talk about meaningful things until we fell asleep. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. So then, let's get going.